हेलो फ्रेंड्स, लेट्स हैव द डिस्कस ऑफ एनटीए मॉक टेस्ट 119। बात करते हैं पर क्वेश्चन नंबर फर्स्ट की। लिस्टेड बिलो ऑप्शंस आर द सोर्स ऑफ वेरिएशंस इन आवर पॉपुलेशंस ड्यू टू इंट्रोडक्शंस ऑफ न्यू एलेज और न्यू एलेलिक कॉम्बिनेशन एक्सेप्ट ओके म्यूटेशंस रिकॉम्बिनेशन जीन फ्लो और नेचुरल सिलेक्शन भी होना चाहिए अगर मोर एप्रोप्रिएट। अगर ऑप्शन हमें चूज करना है तो इसमें ऑप्शन नंबर बी होगा, नेचुरल सिलेक्शंस। क्वेश्चन नंबर सेकंड, in which of the following directions will the enzymes DNA dependent RNA polymerase catalyze polymerization reactions only 5' to 3'? Question number third, identify one of the organisms among the following is not a living fossil. Okay, Archaeopteryx is not a living fossil. Question number 4, select the options with mismatch pairing. विटामिन B12 पर्नीशियस एनीमिया करेक्ट है। विटामिन B3 पेलाग्रा ये भी करेक्ट है। विटामिन सी की बात करते हैं, स्कर्वी ये भी करेक्ट है। ये जो पेलाग्रा होता है ये गैस्ट्रोइंटेस्टाइनल प्रॉब्लम होती है, और जो विटामिन सी इज आल्सो स्कर्वी। विटामिन B1 एरेबिफ्लोविनोसिस नहीं होता, विटामिन B2 के कारण होता है, ये स्किन डिजीज होती है। Question number 5. Which of the following is called a common bread mold? Rhizopus. Question number 6. Who discovered transposons? Barbara McClintock. Question number 7. The most erudite options that is related to Galapagos Island is bird finches. Question number 8. Genetically modified plants are generally not introduced as food because there is danger of entry of viruses and toxins with introduced crop. Question 9. A mosquito is of different species if they digest all the known stage of as plasmodium in its stomach after a blood meal. Question 10. Select the major ozone depleting substance: chlorofluorocarbons, oxygens, nitrogen. In all of these. Question 11. Anti-tetanus injections has performed antibodies, whereas polio drops contains attenuated pathogens. Question 12. Photoperiodisms and vernalizations are associated with which phenomena in plants flowering? Question 13. A term that is not applicable to DNA replications is palindromic. Question 14. What is the directions of nerve impulse in and different nerve fibers receptor to central neural system? Question 15. A technique of self-pollinations in which pollen of one flower is deposited on the stigma of another flower of the same plant, geitonogamy. Question 16. Among the following and examples of feedback inhibitions is inhibitions of hexokinase enzymes by glucose 6-phosphate. Question number 17. Beadle and Totem experiment on which organisms to propose one gene, one enzyme hypothesis, Neurospora class. Question 18. Deficiency of which elements mainly causes necrosis: calcium and magnesium. Question number 19. Which of the following categories has been assigned to antelopes cervicapra black buck? Okay, or a least concern. Question number 20. Growth and reproductions are an exclusive events for unicellular organisms. Which options among the following correctly represent the set of a unicellular organisms: Chlamydomonas and Nostoc? Question 21. Which of the following is the property that many molecules can move briefly across the membrane without requiring energy and spatial membrane proteins passive transport? Question 22. Which of the given groups of aquatic organisms constitute the greatest biomass of autotrophs in the oceans? Free floating microphage, microalgae, okay, cyanobacteria, and non nanoplankton, okay. Question 23. In which of the following plants astrobili or cones are present? Selaginella equisetum. Question 24. The type of ovule in which micropyle, chalaza, and hilum lie in a straight line is orthotropous. Question 25. Gene is the unit of heredity. Question 26. Which statement is true regarding nucleolus? It is a site for active ribosomal RNA synthesis. Question 27. Genes that are present in both sexes of sexually reproducing species but are expressed in only one sex and remain turned off in other is known as sex limited traits. Question number 28. Among the angiosperms, the pollen grains influencing the endosperm is called as xenia. Question 29. In which of the following part plants hormone cytokinin is synthesized? Root abscess, okay. Developing shoot buds ये भी correct है. Young fruit more correct. यानी कि more than one option is correct. Question 30. The process of plasmogamy happens when the fusion is with two haploid cells without nuclear fusion. Question 31. Poikilothermy due to mixings of pure and impure blood arises in frog. Question 32. When food energy passes from producers to consumers, some energy is decreased. Question number 33. To which of the following family do pulses belong? Fabaceae. Question number 34. From the following options select the examples of compositions if parasitism is parasitism okay. Not for parasitism is also competition if parasitism is shown as positive negative type. Okay, competition की बात करते हैं उसमें negative type का इंटरेक्शन देखने को मिलता है. Question 35. Of which type of characters is specific to rhodophyceae? Chlorophyll A and D for Floridian starch. Question 36. Mark the correct average compositions of cell in respect to percent of total cellular mass. Okay. यहाँ पर वाटर 70 to 90% ये NCERT का डायग्राम है जो टेबल वाला पोर्शन दिया वही. प्रोटीन 10 to 15%, फिर कार्बोहाइड्रेट 3%, लिपिड्स 2%, न्यूक्लिक एसिड 5 to 7%, आयंस 1%. क्वेश्चन नंबर 37. देख के पता चल रहा है क्या है ये. This diagram represents the disjunctions of homologous chromosome. Question 38. Present day humans population's growth curve is of S shape. Question number 39. Which of the following is present in the cell wall of cork that makes it impermeable to water? Suberin. Question 40. Choose the correct combinations of phylum with its characteristic features from the given option. Annelida metamericleothe with segmented body, coelomate with red blood having dissolved hemoglobin within plasma. Question 41. Find the incorrect statement about the mechanisms of ventilation. Incorrect. Okay. Inspiration is a passive and expiration is an active process. This is incorrect. But as the diaphragm relaxes, air is expelled from the respiratory system. Okay. During inspiration, the lungs act as suction pump. For quiet breathing, external intercostal muscles and diaphragm play an important role. Okay. Question 42. In grasshopper A and B, the mechanisms of sex determinations is area XX XO type. Okay. ग्रासोपर। फिर बर्ड की बात करते हैं, बर्ड में जेड जेड और जेड डब्ल्यू टाइप। क्वेश्चन 43, which components can be joined together to form citric acid, acetyl coenzyme A and oxaloacetic acid? Question 45, among the following is the incorrect pair. Okay, phloem sap mainly sucrose and water, anti-transparent phenyl mercury acetate, ये भी करेक्ट है। बट ऑप्शन सी की बात करते हैं, क्यूटिकुलर ट्रांसपिरेशंस मैक्सिमम इन ओडी स्टेम्स, दिस इज नॉट करेक्ट मैच। फिर एसेंट ऑफ xylem saps कैपिलैरिटी। Question 45, a normal woman whose father was colorblind marries a not colorblind man, what would be the percentage of colorblind daughters born to this couple? 50%. Question 46, which are the following secretes melatonin pineal body? Question 47, immediate and adverse effect of drug and alcohol abuse is by our reckless behavior, vandalisms and violence. Question 49, which all statements are true reduces, okay, they are natural scavengers। उसके बाद फिर replenish the soil naturally with minerals, करेक्ट है। they are top carnivores, no। यहाँ पर करेक्ट मैच करना है माइक्रोब से रिलेटेड। फिर सिट्रिक एसिड दिया है, सिट्रिक एसिड आल्सो produced with the help of aspergillus niger for streptokinase for streptococcus, ओके। फिर साइक्लोस्पोरिन ए मोनास्कस परपिरियस है। फिर स्टैटिन प्रोड्यूस, नो, साइक्लोस्पोरिन ए ट्राइकोडर्मा पॉलिस्पोरम। फिर स्टैटिन आल्सो प्रोड्यूस फॉर मोनास्कस परपिरियस। स्टैटिन इज आल्सो ब्लड कोलेस्ट्रॉल lowering agent। साइक्लोस्पोरिन ए इज आल्सो इम्यूनोसप्रेसेंट। फिर स्ट्रेप्टोकाइनेज की बात करते हैं, स्ट्रेप्टोकाइनेज जो होता है क्लॉट बस्टर होता है। Question 51, which hormone is responsible for the growth of the root in micropropagations? Auxin. Question 52, in mycoplasma the outermost limiting layer is made up of cell membrane. Question 53, the total gain of energy during anaerobic respiration is 2 molecules of ATP. Question 54, photosynthesis in which there is a fixation of carbon dioxide without the evolutions of oxygen occurs. Chlorobium. Question 55, according to the rules of binomials systems of nomenclature, the incorrect options, okay। First जो दिया, first word denoting the genus starts with a capital letters, correct है। Specific epithet starts with a small letter से भी correct है। Biological names are printed in italics to indicate their Latin origin से भी correct है। But option D, in the biological name Mangifera indica, L denotes the language Latins, no। ये author को represent करता है, L for this Linnaeus। Question 56, which hormone control reabsorption of sodium along excretions of potassium aldosterone? Question 57, when do the second maturation divisions of the mammalian's ovum occurs? After the ovum has been penetrated by a sperm. Question 58, which of the following crygenes are specific for cotton bollworm? Cry second AB, cry third, cry first AB. See. Question 59, if ECG reflects flat T waves, it means the person may not be suffering from cardiac arrest. Question 60, which of these statements about DNA polymerase obtained from Thermus aquaticus is nature's Taq polymerase, okay। is thermostable correct है, is polymer of amino acids ये भी correct है, act best at 72 degree centigrade, Okay, correct. Is used in PCR in place of ordinary DNA polymerase, each synthesized on 70S ribosomes. Question number 61. Which character shows a recessive traits yellow board color? Question number 62. Which of these properties are present in cycon but not in hydra multicellular without any tissues organisms? Question number 63. Tendons are examples for dense, regular, white, fibrous connective tissue. Question number 64. Which statement is false regarding female cockroach fat body, nephrocytes, and uricose gland also help in excretions along with malfeasance tubules? Question number 65. Where is middle lamella present in a plant cell outside the primary wall? Question number 66. Select the mismatch pair. Thumb and carpal saddle joints correct. Axis and atlas pivot joints correct. Corpo carpal joints okay. Gliding joint. Zygophysis of adjacent vertebrae okay. Cartilaginous joint adjacent. This is not correct. Question 67. When we proceed from high altitude to low altitude and high latitudes to low latitudes, species diversity generally increases. Question 68. The living mechanical tissues is found in subepidermal parts of aerial organs of the plant in dicots. Question 69. In humans, kidney, renal, corpuscles are located in cortex. Question 70. Dikaryotizations in agaricus is brought about by clamp connections correct है फिर somatogamy between two hyphae of different strains ये भी correct है. Question number 71. What is the stem modifications of aquatic plants in which rosette of leaves is present at each node pistia? Question number 72. Which of these are examples of pivot synovial joints, atlas and axis, radius and ulna? Question number 73. Interstitial cells secretes testosterone. Question number 74. The concentrations of which of the following can affect the rate and depth of breathing CO2 in arterial blood? Question number 75. Which is most evident enzymes on earth? RUBP carboxylase. Question number 76. A seed with endosperms persistent nucleus and on outgrowth near the hilum is seen in castor. Question 77. Hind third is isolated from Haemophilus influenzae. Question number 78. SO2 pollutant can be reduced by the use of escarbor. Question number 79. Which of the following is true for amniocentesis? Determines any hereditary genetic abnormality in embryo. Question number 80. The positions of the midbrain is between the thalamus oblique hypothalamus of the forebrain and pons of the hindbrain. क्वेश्चन नंबर 81 ये टैक्ट एनसीईआरटी का दिया है फर्स्ट ओके टैक्ट डी पूछा है टैक्ट डी इज आल्सो epiblast remains of the second cotyledon. Question number 82 dyad state with chromosomal movements towards pole can be observed in anaphase first. Question number 83 करेक्ट मैच करना है पर विनेगर इज आल्सो प्रोवाइड फॉर एस्टोबैक्टर एस्टाई फिर ब्लड कोलेस्ट्रॉल लोअरिंग एजेंट मोनास्कर परविडियस फिर सिट्रिक एसिड आल्सो प्रोड्यूस फिर एस्परजिलस नाइगर फिर ब्यूटारिक एसिड आल्सो क्लोस्ट्रिडियम ब्यूटालिकम. क्वेश्चन 84 relaxin is a hormones okay secreted by the ovary and placenta correct है it most placenta ovary से ये correct ज़्यादा होना चाहिए okay it relaxes the pelvic ligaments and softens and whitens the cervix during childbirth correct. Question 85 piriform apparatus which guide The pollen tube is a part of synergids. Question number 86. Modifications of leaf petiole is better suited to which type of environmental adaptations in plants? Xerophytic environments. Question number 87. The two microbes which have been extensively used in experiments related to genetic engineering are Escherichia and Agrobacterium. Question number 88. What is false about enzyme inhibitors? और कॉम्पिटिटिव इनहिबिटर्स बाइंड टू द एक्टिव साइट्स ऑफ द एंजाइम्स। फिर बी की बात करते हैं, कॉम्पिटिटिव इनहिबिशंस कैन बी कम्प्लीटली ओवरकम बाय एडिशंस ऑफ मोर सबस्ट्रेट। ऑप्शन सी की बात करते हैं, और नॉन कॉम्पिटिटिव इनहिबिटर्स बाइंड टू अ साइट अदर देन एक्टिव साइट्स। ओके, फिर ऑप्शन डी, मोस्ट ऑफ द नॉन कॉम्पिटिटिव inhibitions are reversible. Okay, this is not correct. Question 89. Where was the first Earth Summit for the Conventions of Biological Diversity? Rio de Janeiro, 1992, in Brazil. Question 90. The part of human's brain concerned with regulations of body temperature is hypothalamus. Hypothalamus is a small region of the human's brain located at the base of brain near the pituitary gland and is basically concerned with the regulations of body temperatures, releasing hormones, controlling appetite, regulating emotions, meninges, sexual behavior and daily physiological cycles से लगभग हाइपोथैलेमस पे लगभग एक क्वेश्चन हर बार पूछा ही जाता है। तो इस प्रकार आपके 90 क्वेश्चन कंप्लीट होते हैं। आई होप आप लोगों को वीडियो पसंद आई होगी, तो प्लीज़ वीडियो को ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लाइक एंड शेयर करें। थैंक यू सो मच वॉच फॉर दिस वीडियो।